Oh boy, do we have a lot of content to talk about tonight. Alright, so we got a Fade channel and we got the banner reveal for the Book 5 banner. Plus, we're going to be getting the data mines very shortly, so that's going to include stats for the new units and also the info for the new refines that we're getting. So it's going to be a busy night for your boy tonight, but I'm going to try my best to cover all the content in as much haste as I can. Alright, so let's just start things off by looking at the banner for now. So it's a Fire Emblem 8 banner, so we got a whole bunch of stuff from Sacred Stones. And here is Selena from, of course, Fire Emblem 8, and no longer is she seasonal locked. Alright, so she is a Blue Tome Cavalry unit. Tome of Storms, 14 might and 2 range. Grants speed up 3. At the start of combat, if foe's HP is above or equal to 75%. Grants attack and speed up 5 to unit during combat. And neutralizes effects that guarantee foes' follow-up attacks. And effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks during combat. Alright, so she's getting attack and speed up 5. A base speed up 3. And then she's also getting null follow-up. And the only condition here is that the foes need to be above or equal to 75% health. Pretty good weapon. Alright, also Rally, Attack, and Res Plus, Life and Death 4, and then Attack and Res Ruse. Alright, pretty solid kit for this Selena here. And she's got a really nice attack animation as well. It's like a yellow version of Ursula's weapon. Alright, so next up we've got Dusel here. And this guy is awesome, actually. I remember when I first played Sacred Stones, I was just blown away because his sprite looks like Groudon from Pokemon. Alright, but anyways, Obsidian Lance, 16 might and 1 range. So he is a Lance Cavalry type. Grants defense up 3. If unit is not adjacent to an ally, inflicts attack and defense -6 on the foe during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So pretty solid weapon. It reminds me a little bit of Aimer and Thornlance, except the only difference is that instead of negating the foe's follow-up, he's getting a guaranteed follow-up. So in some ways, that may be better. He's got Bonfire, Defense and Res Solo 4, Lull, Attack and Defense 3, and Rouse, Defense and Res 3. So I guess a decent base kit. I would have preferred Bracing Stance 3 over Defense and Res Solo 4, because of course it's just better to get the guard effect. But I don't know, maybe he can make decent use of the solo skill there. And next up, we've got Natasha, who is a staff cavalry, or I don't know why I was going to say cavalry there, but she's a staff infantry type. So Absorb Plus, Martyr Plus, Heavenly Light, HP and Res up 2, and then Close Guard 3. Pretty obvious 4-star demote here. At least it's a female, right? I guess I can live with that as long as there's no more waifu bias. Alright, what's this all about? Oh, so they're going to show the Book 5 movie here. I was going to show it in the Fate channel right after this, but okay. I don't know how I feel about Book 5 so far, but we'll get into that in detail in a second. Alright, so here is the Book 5 freebie that we're going to be getting, and she'll also show up on the banner. So she's an Astra hero with this new ability for Astra, or just Aether raids in general, and she is a sword cavalry type unit. So let's see what her base kit does. Alright, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these names here. I guess this is Satyr Shell, but what is this, Ling Hater? I don't know, man. You guys will forgive me for not being able to read Norse or whatever language this is. But 16 might and 1 range. Grants speed up 3. Enables Canto 3. Oh, wow. Canto is in the game? Okay, that's different. During turns 1 through 4, if unit initiates combat, grants attack and speed up 6 during combat, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. Okay, so during the first 4 turns, she's getting attack and speed up 6 if she initiates. So basically Swift Sparrow 3, but with 1 less point in speed. And then she also gets 30% damage reduction on the foe's first attack. Already, this is pretty solid. And then Canto 3. After an attack, assist, or structure destruction, Unit can move 3 spaces. Dude, what is this? Okay, so, like, she's got the full mobility of basically a cavalry unit in the previous games where they had Kanto. Also, the flying units had it too, where if they perform an action, they're allowed to move whatever spaces they had remaining. So, previously, horses and cavalry and flying type units were able to move, I believe, 7 spaces or 8 if you had them promoted. And let's say they move in 3 spaces and they get an attack in. Right after that combat, they'd be able to move 5 spaces and do whatever they want with that. So it's not quite like Gale Force where you're allowed to take a second action, but you're able to basically use the full movement of your unit right after you attack them or do something with them. And here, it's just giving you another 3 range of mobility despite whether or not you move 3 spaces or 1 space or wherever. So this seems actually even more powerful than Kanto was in the previous games. And unit moves according to movement type. Once per turn, cannot attack or assist. Only highest value applies. Does not stack. And after moving, if a skill that grants another action would be triggered, like with Gale Force, Kanto will trigger again. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Dude, that is so bananas. So you can just Gale Force in Kanto and then attack again in Gale Force in Kanto. Bruh. Like, what is this chain movement shenanigans here? Dude, like, with this and then all the changes they've made to Aether Raids, this is going to be, like, 0 difficulty in that mode now, I'm telling you. Units-based movement has no effect on movement granted, cannot warp with Wings of Mercy, or a distance greater than 3 spaces. Okay, so she can still warp using Wings of Mercy or Escape Route or whatever, but she can't do it if the unit that she's jumping to is further away than 3 spaces. At least that's what I get from reading this. Alright, well, we got a mouthful there just talking about her weapon. So let's take a look at the rest of this. So Satyr Shell, 3-hit special. At the start of turn 1, grants special cooldown count -3 to unit, and boosts damage by 15 and calculates damage using the lower of foe's defense or res. I guess adaptive damage kinda makes sense for her. At the start of turn 1, grants special cooldown count -3. That's so nuts. So she just starts with this special attack right away, and then it's just 15 extra damage and adaptive damage. Very powerful stuff there, man. And when you take into account, like, all the other stuff she's doing, this has got to be, like, probably the best free-to-play unit ever, I want to say. Like, better than Peony, better than, like, all the other book units that we got for free. Swift Sparrow 3, Lull Speed and Defense 3, and Panic Smoke. Dude, she is so stacked. Like, even if you don't want her for whatever reason, obviously you want her, but let's say you didn't, you'd be able to sacrifice her and get these juicy skills right there. So, like, everybody wins with a free copy of this unit. Very fantastic stuff. My only problem, though, is I don't really like the machine that she's fighting in. Like, I don't feel like it fits Fire Emblem. And plus, she has guns and, like, missiles and rockets. I don't know what's going on with all that, but, I mean, geez. I'm not too much of a fan of where they're going with this new book with introducing actual weapons, like modern weapons. But maybe they'll be able to handle it in a good way. I don't know. Alright, so here are the other units, and we do know, of course, of 2 extra units as well. So here's Kalik. He's going to be the Grand Hero Battle Prize. And we're also getting Noel as a prize for completing some missions. I don't know if they talked about that in here. Like, are they going to mention Noel? But in the Fate channel, though, they said we're going to be able to get Noel from completing some missions. And Natasha is the 4-star focus. Okay. I mean, as if anyone was going to question that. And I think we should be able to spark on this banner as well. Yep. So maybe it's a good idea to stock up on copies of Reginn. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I will summon on this banner just to get some merges on her, I guess. But I don't know. Like, based on all the changes they're going to be doing to Aether Raids, I don't even know if there's a point in, like, over-investing in things anymore. And I believe that's all they have to say about this banner, so let's go ahead and hop over to the FEH channel now. Alright, so here is the official art for Book 5. Pretty awesome. I had Book 3's official art as my background on my phone, actually. And I think this one looks a little bit doper, so I might go ahead and change over to this. I like Sharina over there with that, like, giant witch hat. Sharina looking, like, pretty dope right there. And then Alphonse with some kind of sparkle in front of him. And then these three guys, they look pretty cool for OCs, I will admit. I'm just not a fan of that war machine that Reginn uses. I don't really think it fits with Fire Emblem. But I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so let's also cover some of the other things in Book 4, or Book 5 rather. So Book 5 is going to start as soon as the maintenance is over. And we're going to be getting 20 orbs as login bonuses if you log in every day while the event's going on. And 1,000 Aether Stones. That's actually a lot. Like, with 1,000 Aether Stones, you're going to be able to upgrade your structures quite a bit. And these are also going to be given out for missions. We also have a brand new castle design, finally. I know a lot of people have been begging for this, and for some reason they just never got on it. But being able to get these different looks for the castle is something that I'm very much open to. I would love it if they do some more of these. Maybe for all the seasonal events, like give us a Christmas theme or like a Valentine's theme and Halloween theme for the castle. I think that would be A1. So hopefully they start giving out more of these. Alright, we got also Book 5 Aether Raid structures that you're going to be able to get. Basically, these are like the holiday structures that you were able to get for a limited time. So if you want to pick these up, make sure you get them while they're hot, or else they're going to go away, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get them again. So far, all of the seasonal structures have not had reruns, so definitely pick these up if you want them. And that's how they look when you set them, so I guess that's okay. And of course here, we're getting Reginn as our free unit. We already know about that. And we already basically covered the units on the banners, so I guess we can skip it. But real quick, let's actually show off Kalik and Noel, I guess, because they are going to be two units that we did not see on the banner. Now, I want to see if there's a way I can like quickly take a look at this guy's skills. Were they nice enough to reveal that? If not, I mean, it's not a big deal. We'll see it when we get the data mines. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really see what skills he's got. It definitely looks like he has a perf axe there, though. Yeah, so we'll just wait for the data mines. Not a big deal. The data mines should be coming out very soon. And here is Noel. Let's see if we can take a look at his skills. So Noel is going to be similar to Emerin, where we're going to be able to get him at first as a bonus unit from the mission rewards. And then I believe afterwards, after this banner goes away, he should be added to the standard summoning pool. So an interesting way for them to add multiple units to a new banner without actually like clogging up the focus rates. So if they want to do this more often, I think it's a good idea. And of course, Noel is like a fan favorite from FE8. So I know a lot of people are going to be happy being able to get him as a prize from just completing missions. And he's got Rower Fox Plus, Luna, Mirror Strike 2, and Speed Ploy. Not really the most flattering base kit, but I guess we'll take what we can get. And his stat line is right there. I haven't really done like any stat checks to see what his BST might be. We'll get all of that in the data mines, so we don't have to stress about it right now. Alright, and let's see what else they have to say. Alright, so the Grand Hero Battle is going to be dropping tomorrow night, I believe. Alright, that's fine. And the banner, also this Book 5 banner should be dropping after the update is over. Let me just double check that. Yup. Okay, so starting 11 p.m. So literally, as soon as we hop out of maintenance, this banner is going to go live. So I might do a summoning. I don't know yet. I think I might actually save my orbs for the Christmas units, which we're going to talk about in a second as well. Alright, so changes to Aether Raids. Oh boy, we have so much to talk about with this. They made so many updates. So first of all, the base lift that you earn is going to go up from 20. So before, if you didn't have any bonuses or any mythic heroes on your team. The base score was 80. They've raised that up to 100. And the same also goes for your defensive lift loss. So before, you would lose 80 lift if you had no bonuses or no mythics. And now there's a possible minus 100 lift loss, which I guess is a fair trade-off. As long as you're doing good on defense and you're doing really good on offense, you're only going to get a higher score overall. So it's definitely going to help out a lot of people. But man, if you don't have a good defense team set up, it's really going to start to sting now. So that's, I guess, a bit sucky for the people that haven't made a good defense team yet. All right, also they added tier 28, which we skipped over there, but I wonder what the score threshold is going to be for that. I guess we'll have to just wait and see what they have in store. Okay, so this was probably the biggest bombshell overall, I think. At least for me, because it just makes our team building so much more fluid now. So there's always going to be a mythic hero for offense and defense available as a bonus unit. So you're not going to have to clog up your team anymore with useless bonus units and mythic heroes that you don't really want to be running on your team if you want to maximize your score. So it's going to be very imperative that you have a copy of basically all of the bonus units, I guess, or one of all of the mythic heroes. So it's only going to help you score better, and you don't have to worry about bonuses anymore. So pretty nice stuff there. And it's definitely going to make the mode a whole lot easier. As if Reginn didn't already do that. Alright, so also the same applies to defense. If you have defensive mythics on your team, you're going to be subtracting a possible minus 20 to lift loss. So it already worked kind of like that, but I guess they're just increasing the amount of lift loss reduction you get. So defensive mythics are going to be just as valuable. Alright, and a new mythic effect coming with Reginn, who is absolutely bonkers in Aether raids. So we're going to be adding a brand new team slot if you have one of these. What are they called? Did they have a name for it? Alright, whatever it's called, basically this symbol here, if you have that attached to your mythic hero, you're going to be able to add another unit to your team slots. Now, the unit that you add there has to be either a mythic hero, a legendary hero in the correct season, or a hero that has the correct blessing that you see there. So for right now, it's Astra. I'm sure for light season, it's going to be light season. So choose accordingly. But of course, having a 6th team slot for our raiding parties is just nuts. On top of like all the other changes they made, Aether raids is going to be a complete joke now. Like, I don't see anybody struggling in this mode anymore. Especially not with Kanto and Gale Force interacting the way that they do. This is going to be nuts. Like, basically anyone who is tryharding in Aether raids, tryharding with defense teams and all that, it's going to be really hard to get defense wins now. So, I don't know what I'm going to do to, like, fix up my defense team to deal with Reginn or the 6th team slot. It's just going to be crazy. So, look forward to what I come up with or what everyone else comes up with. I'm sure there's other minds out there better than mine coming up with some good defense strategies already. Alright, so Reginn here, this is just her in action, I guess. We already really saw this from the banner. Okay, so here's another thing. They're going to be updating the way that summons work. So the rates are going to apply immediately on the screen as you're summoning. So you don't have to worry about hopping out and then looking at the summoning rates to see where you are. Just a nice little convenience thing. But on top of that, check this out. Let me just skip ahead a little bit so we're not like just waiting around here for too long. But right here, they were on 4.75 rates. And they go ahead and do this summon. Alright, so they got a Nyla off-focus pull. Honestly, a pretty good off-focus pull. And they pulled Nyla. And they're going to go ahead and hop out there. And their rates are only going to go down by a little bit, not fully. So they went from 4.75 rates to 3.75 rates. And basically what this means is if you're pulling 5-star units that are not focuses, your rates are not going to reset all the way back to normal. You're only going to lose 1% on the focus rate and 1% on the 5-star rate. So still a pretty good trade-off. If you're getting shafted on banners and you're pulling off-focus units, you're not going to get the sting all that bad. So summoning on these banners is going to be a whole lot better now. You're going to be pulling basically more of a chance to get the focus units as you go on. So that's very nice. Yeah, so here they're just saying a combined total of 2%. Basically just minus 1% on each, which is pretty good. And the final thing that they had to announce is the silhouettes for the Christmas banner. Now, at the moment, I can't really tell who they are. It's pretty tough. If it was just the silhouettes, it already would have been hard enough. But on top of that, it's snowing in front of them. So they really don't want us to know who these guys are just yet. This one on the corner, though, kind of looks like Corel a little bit. Maybe it's Corel, maybe not. I don't know. It could be anybody. But, like, how many long-haired characters are there in Fire Emblem? There's a bunch. But this is like the biggest bombshell here. So you're going to be able to spark on seasonal banners from now on. I assume. I mean, they didn't actually come right out and say it. But on this particular seasonal banner, we're going to be able to spark a total of 3 times. A bit reminiscent of the Choose Your Legends 4 banner that we got earlier this year. So multiple sparkings and on a seasonal banner. That's pretty cool. Hopefully they let us spark at least 1 time on seasonal banners from now on. But they didn't actually confirm that would be the case. It just seems to be for this banner for now. And that's pretty much all they had to cover in the FEH channel. So we've got so much more to talk about. The update is dropping as we speak. And there's going to be data mines for that. So if you're interested in seeing the new refines and the stats for the units a little bit more up close, stay tuned because I will be doing coverage for all of the stuff that's about to drop. So thanks so much for watching the video. This is your boy Tasho signing out. So take care, fellas. And I'll see you guys again when the update drops.